The UC Bearcats open training camp on Wednesday. We have an opportunity to preview camp with head coach Luke Fickell. It's been about 7.5 months since you were hired. My impression is you've been on the go nonstop. Have you had any downtime at all?
Yeah, we did. I thank goodness my wife decided that she was going to schedule something and get us away. So I think we made plans on a Sunday afternoon, loaded a car on a Monday night, and drove 11 and a half hours to the Outer Banks and got away for about 6 days. But I think that was kind of because I was going in the office and I wasn't staying at home at all. So we had 6 days we got away, and it was great.
All right. Do you have the Street and Smith's prediction in your pocket as we speak of the Bearcats finishing in last in their division?
My wallet is over there on my desk, and it is actually taped to the front of my desk right there on the face of the desk. So it's not actually in my pocket right now, but it's something that I see every single day.
Did that get under your skin?
It did. It did, but that's kind of the way I'm motivated is things that sometimes by the negative or the things that people don't think you can do. But I think we're always looking for motivation, not just for ourselves, but for us, in our case, for 18 to 22-year-olds, for grown men that are coaches. And some of those things you got to pick your battles, but you got to find those things that motivate your team, your coaching staff, and yourself as well.
I know a lot of Bearcat fans have followed recruiting news in the offseason, and several local recruits who are going into their senior year of high school have verbally committed to Cincinnati. How have you convinced top-ranked local recruits to stay home?
I think it starts with pride in the community. That's one of the huge things. I know even from the time I came here 7 months ago, I know we have to make an incredible connection with our community. We got to embrace the city, everything about the city, and we got to rely on that. And so I think that was one of those things. Obviously, they believe in what it is we're doing. They believe in the direction we're headed as a program, but they also have incredible pride in their community, and that's something that can pull and tug at their hearts. That it works to our benefit. So we're going to continue to do that, and it's a process, and it's something that we know that the core and the crux of our program has got to be guys from this community and from this area, and there's incredible football here. So we're going to continue to pull at that.
You've had spring football and off-season conditioning. Do you feel like you and your staff have put a stamp on this program in any way already?
We feel like we have with our guys, and the stamp is really right now hopefully on the hearts of our guys, on the hearts of our coaches and everybody involved in the program. Now, that's what we got to show to the community. That's what we got to show to our university, to our fans, and everything like that. And ultimately, it's what you got to put on the field and on film. So it's our philosophy to do it this way, to get to the hearts and the minds of our guys, and that's the number one most important thing. And now we actually got to go out and prove it.
As you get ready for camp tomorrow, let's talk about some of the player personnel issues going into camp, beginning with quarterback. Hayden Moore and Ross Trail have both started games in the past. Tell us a little bit about each guy and what will determine who ultimately wins the job.
Well, coming out of spring, I think both of them really had an opportunity, and I think both of them were in a good situation. I don't know that there was any one guy way ahead of the other. Obviously, Hayden had played more football. But it's tough on a new quarterback, or not a new quarterback, but on a quarterback in a new system. So there was a lot of things that those guys had to learn. So I think it was a little bit more difficult. It's unfair to put them in some situations and try to really judge them. But both of them, did a good job picking up the system, understanding what we're doing, understand what the objective to what we expect them to do. But what they've really kind of thrived in and taken off in is what we expect as a quarterback and as a leader. And that's a lot of what they do in the summers, is gaining the respect and the trust of their teammates and being the guy that's first in the locker room, being the guy that works the hardest, being the guy that's, that puts others in front of themselves. And really both of them have reached the highest standards for the awards we could give in the summer. So to me, that was the next big step to say, hey, what kind of guys are they going to be in the summer? Are they really truly going to earn the respect of their teammates and even the weight coaches? And that goes a long way into the things that we're going to expect them to do as we go to camp. Obviously, I think Hayden has a little bit more experience. He's a guy that started, I think, eight games last year and has had some incredible games. And so that's something he can always kind of refer back to. But in quarterbacks in general, we want to make sure they understand you don't have to throw for 400 yards to have a great game. You got to be able to control the offense. You got to be able to be the catalyst to the things that we're doing. You got to be able to accept blame sometimes in those ways. Ross is the other guy. I mean, he started a few games as well. Ross, I think he showed a little bit more in the spring, this ability to run. his ability to have confidence in his feet when things don't work. So I think that both those guys are going to continue to grow, but they both have little qualities that are different from each other, and we're real excited to see them compete here starting tomorrow.
How much are you likely to lean on Mike Boone in year one?
I think a lot, but I think that if you really look at our program and you say what's the core philosophy to what you guys are going to do, we're an offensive line and defensive line based program, and when you say that means if you're an offensive line based program, it means you better be able to run the football, and so you're going to put it on the shoulders and the backs of a Mike Boone.
You've lost a couple of players that came out of spring football looking like they were going to be starters. Ryan Stout on the offensive line, Alex Thomas as a defensive back. How much has that hurt?
Oh, it stings. It'll sting sometimes, I think, when you lay your head on the pillow at night knowing you've got some depth and some guys that have played, both in different situations, but you got to be able to move on, and you can't allow it to affect you. I mean, we know darn well that we're going to have to use a lot more than just 22 guys throughout this season, and we got to develop depth, and we got to develop a lot of different things, but ultimately we got to develop those guys that got pride in what it is that they're doing, and if this is what they want to do and they're going to make sacrifices to do it, those are the people we're ultimately going to count on. So we got to look at it that way. It hurts and it's hard, but again, we can't dwell upon the things we don't have any control over. We got to find a way to move forward and get better.
You'll start out with about a week on campus before going to Camp Higher Ground. What have you been told about Higher Ground?
I don't know that I've been told a whole lot. I've spent, we actually as a coaching staff spent about 12 hours out there yesterday, kind of just talking football, doing football, seeing the surroundings, getting a feel for what it is that we have out there and finding different ways that we can use it to our advantage. So I'm real excited, to be honest with you, to get away, to have an opportunity for us to bond and to grow more with our team is huge. It's not just, hey, the players are away, the coaches are away as well, and it gives us an opportunity to build some of those relationships and some of those things we've only had 6.5, 7 months to do. But it's an accelerated process, and when you start adding the human element, the things that come involved as we determine playing status and depth charts and things like that, I think it's a great opportunity for us to be around our guys more and more.
Last question. Is there anything about UC or Cincinnati in general that's even better than you thought it was going to be?
I think the community, I think the true support, and I don't just mean of the athletic department. I wasn't sure. I knew they were excited about football. I knew they wanted football to be successful, so the support of the athletic department has been great. But to find the community and the openness, the community, the acceptance, to accept me, to accept my family, to accept our football program, to accept the new ideas and the things that we have, I think has been exciting. And I know it hasn't shown yet because we haven't put people in the stands, but just even to do some of the things we've done to reach out to some of the, whether it's radio stations, the TV stations, the people that are really open to helping us to be successful at the things that we want to do in moving this program forward.
Look forward to watching practice on Wednesday. Best of luck.
I'll be looking for you.
All right. That is head coach Luke Fickell, and I'm Dan Hoard for GoBearcats.com.